days. This is our 5th day. Ren's feeling a little beat up, but that's okay. It's Grand Canyon Day. We're here in Arizona. We're going to check out the Petrified Forest next. Come along. Now on our way to the Petrified Forest. Finally being in Arizona was a big relief. Just crazy terrain, and especially what we were about to see was something totally otherworldly, something that didn't feel quite like home. Here you can see we stopped by this old car. It's an old Route 66 landmarked kind of thing. An old bench made out of a bumper there, and old rusted out car. It was pretty cool. Actually, the engine still had the flywheel attached and everything. It was pretty interesting to see this old car laying out in the middle of the desert. We stopped by the famous newspaper rock, known for its amazing petroglyphs. I couldn't help but wonder what it all meant and why they chose this area, but it's truly amazing to see. It's interesting to me to think why the Native Americans chose this area specifically to do all these carvings and petroglyphs and stuff, and I don't know if it was spiritual, or some ritualized thing, or maybe it was just art class. I don't know.
All I seen was a bunch of buffalo and elk.
No bears, huh?
No bears and I even went hiking by myself, and that was retarded. When you're like 19, it's...
The painted desert of the Petrified Forest really does challenge everything you thought you knew about a desert. Beautiful reds, greens, and vibrant colors everywhere. Truly felt like you were on a different planet. You can only imagine this is what Mars is like, some crusty creme brulee of minerals and rocks, and truly a surreal area. If you blindfolded me and dropped me here, I would have no hope at all of knowing where I was at. And down here is where I actually see my first piece of petrified wood, which totally blew my mind. Check it out.
This is goodbye.
One thing I can comment about the Petrified Forest is it challenges everything you think you know about a desert. There's beautiful colors, purples and blues, greens and reds. It's crazy. Trees everywhere. When I was walking through, I kind of asked, how all these trees in chunks that you'd think, who's going around cutting all these petrified trees? But what happens is there's a tree that died, and then the water flows over and it gets covered in all this silt and sealed in, and it's completely sealed from oxygen and everything, so it doesn't deteriorate. But over time, the water and the weight and everything forces minerals into where the trees were, and it kind of fills out where the tree was with quartz and manganese and everything else.
Kind of spreads it apart. It makes it look like it was cut.
Well, the cut part comes from actually when all the dirt and everything around it erodes. Quartz has a very strong crystalline structure, but it doesn't bend very well. So if there's any pressure, it'll just snap into these chunks.
Oh, okay. So that's what makes it cut.
Yeah. But seriously, it almost looks like somebody's cutting it with a chainsaw.
Right. Yeah, it's like a really nice looking cut. That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Realize there was trees out here.
I know. It must have been a long ass time ago. They were saying most of them were during the Triassic period, which is like just the start of the dinosaurs. If you were wondering how I did the intro, this is how. I literally set the camera on the side of the road, drove off, then had to drive past, come back, and pick up the camera again. It was a very involved process, but I think it made for a really cool intro. I hope you agree.